Want to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes. Motion to approve.
Second.
All right.
Second. All right. Everyone in favor? Any opposed? No. Great. Unanimous. Do we have any visitor comments today?
Don't see any hands.
Nope. We do have someone new at the table. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Lieutenant Paul Wunderlich. I'm filling in for Assistant Chief Weimer.
Welcome.
Good morning,
Thank you.
Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Okay. The council liaison has some comments.
Yeah,
Okay.
good morning, everyone. I'm Jamie Hasselmeyer, Lieutenant. I don't know that we have, I apologize. Okay, there has been some discussion here at the city about responsiveness from our commissions, and so we're just got a gentle nudge from me earlier this week, just a gentle nudge to remind everyone that it is important that we respond to the meeting requests so that we know that we have a quorum. It's really important that we're not wasting anyone's time. And speaking of time, Fran is part-time. She wants to remain part-time. There's a lot of work that she does behind the scenes, not just for this commission, but for all the business commissions. And I just want to make sure that when we are stepping through scheduling things and connecting with each other on email, that we are trying to be as concise and responsive as possible to respect Fran's time. And she's contractor for the city, and so that's also respecting the city's budget as well, because we only have so many dollars budgeted, and I fear we are near that point, if not past that point. Well, as far as target goes, because as you know, our budget runs July to June. So I'm just here as a gentle reminder to please respond to emails, please RSVP when we send things out. And I think that summarizes everything. I will send you the note that I received with these key points so we can add it to minutes. Send it to Fran too. Yeah, did you have a question?
Well, I think, am I correct also in that because of like sunshine laws and posting and reporting and everything, there's a timeline that they're supposed to adhere to legally as well?
Thank you for that. And of course, everything we do is above board, so it's all good, but also everything that we do is subject to Freedom of Information Act. So also just making sure that we're very professional.
Should we have separate emails for this due to the Freedom of Information Act?
No, because we don't do a ton of business via email.
Okay.
And usually like the chair is connected or something like that. So I think we're fine. In my experience, and I've been working with the city since 2018 as a chair for a commission, there's been no
You haven't had any sunshine requests? Okay.
not for.
Because I used to work on them, and your whole email inbox is discoverable if you're receiving emails from the related to the city in that inbox.
Yeah.
So just something to think about.
Yeah, for sure. And I can bring that up with the city manager as well, our attorney.
And then one other question.
Yes, sir.
What day do quorum emails go out? Like how far? Just so I can keep in my mind to be
Yeah.
looking for it, because I'm not always looking at this email.
Fran, do you have a particular
Typically a
formula?
week before.
Week?
I have tried various different ways to get people to respond. I have done it a month before, a week before, the day before. It doesn't seem to matter. I haven't really gotten a change in the response based on when it was sent.
Well, if I know consistently, I can put a reminder in my calendar to look for the email.
Yeah, and also I wonder, I know we've talked about calendar invites as well, so it's on our calendars. That doesn't help with making sure we have quorum, but is that something we've ever attempted to send out calendar invites?
She does.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
So it's attached to it at the end. Once you say yes,
Thank
then
you.
you can add it to your
Add
calendar.
it to your calendar.
Thanks.
It's part of the RSVP. That's why we started using that, because people had asked for that,
Yeah, thank you.
and then they don't use it.
No,
Not
you're-
that
you're
I'm-
for anything
Not that I'm
forever.
looking
Yeah.
at any
I'm
one in
here.
particular.
How am I not using
Just
it?
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I have for now. Thank you very much.
So I have another question for council, since, because it kind of like ties in, I think, with what John's saying is, to like, should we have, you know, like at least the chair and the vice chair, 'cause more information goes through us than the, regular, members of the commission. Should there be an email, but also, is there insurance that covers, like, when I've been on other boards and commissions and things like that, there's an insurance policy that covers decision-making of the executives of the board for liability, if there's any kind of
Indemnification.
events and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Which the city may have, we had talked about like liability coverage for the districts and their events at the last meeting, and that also, I assumed that it was, but it's a good question to ask.
Yeah, I'll find out and I'll get back to you on that. I appreciate that question. And I know that there was one more thing that I wanted to say and I can't remember it, so I'll probably pipe in later.
If you jump
That's
into
okay,
the
Sharon?
middle, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
you remember it? Let's do it.
Thanks.
Okay, old business, the after hours gathering and feedback. I mean, I have lots of thoughts. Do you wanna?
Yeah, I think it was, everyone there was very interactive. We had good conversation with business owners there about, you know, the current climate of, you know, costs increasing. And what to do about that, you know, so I think, you know, we wanted to have the survey ready for that, but we're gonna have this from that event. Now we can have a survey
Yeah.
at a later date.
It's
It's
ready,
being
it's like
fine-tuned.
all,
Yeah.
yeah, so we just need the introductory email and that should go out to their.
Okay.
But yeah, 30 or 40 people was a good event. Good conversation. Jerry puts on a great event. We all know that. So thank you, Jerry.
I thought it was really nice to see, we're getting a wider scope of businesses showing up. So we had restaurants, we had retailers, we had some service providers, and things like that. And so that was really nice to see that we're, getting a more diverse, attendance. And from the people that I spoke with, naturally, like restaurants and retailers are feeling the squeeze on product and price increases in many different areas currently. Interestingly, in some of the service sectors, they're not. Maybe in some of the things where people are doing it as like a capital improvement kind of thing, like graphics for a new website, things like that, people are kind of holding back on going through with it. But as far as like some of the people are maybe taking a beat, but some of the service providers, there was like a roofer, it's all consistent. And actually, they probably have an abundance of work in certain parts of town.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, my only regret, and I hope this is shared by everyone, I think it was a lost opportunity not to talk to the group, like clean the glass and bring everybody's attention at some point. You know, the challenge was when. Because as Eric said, you know, we probably flowed. I counted, we had about 45 registered guests. And, you know, they kind of ebbed and flowed from, you know, 5 till 7. And, you know, I regret that we didn't clean the glass at, you know, 5:30 or 6 and have some sign of an introduction, because, you know, the mayor was there and we had some, I think some important things that we could have said. And I just saw that as a bit of a lost opportunity.
We can put it on the list for next time.
Yep. Lesson learned.
We also had a good turnout from council, and the mayor. It was great.
It was a great event. Well done, you guys.
Did you have any thoughts, Jean?
No, I think it was a really great energy. Nice to see everybody come together. I also noticed the diverse group of business owners. Yeah, it was well done. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of fun.
Betty, Melissa, I know you were there too.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. I agree that like, I felt there was like, yeah, I needed, yeah, something to be said or just kind of a cohesiveness and like, I mean, even though like I've not been here for that long, but it's like, I don't know everyone on the city council and like, you know, I know the mayor, but you, but that's about it. So it's like, even for me, it'd be nice to like, hey, these are,
Oh,
you know, it'd be kind
name
of like
tags.
nice.
I
Yeah,
really
mean,
wanted name tags.
yeah, I mean, just like
Yeah.
to know who was who and what business they were with and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Would have been nice. So.
Makes it easier to break the ice.
Yeah.
Mhm. Cool. Tim, did you make it?
I did not. All of our kids were going to college and that was our last night at San Jose.
Yeah.
So I was in Old Webster, but I was not there.
Done.
I was working late.
Joe, did you make it?
I did not. I had I had 2 soccer games, one of which I'm a coach. Had to go to that.
That was important.
Yeah.
Fran, you made it too, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so do you have any thoughts or maybe things that we should consider for the next time?
Get the invitation out sooner.
That was, I agree. I thought it was great. And it was really nice to just, informally chat with everyone, but I wondered what we could do differently next time just to get more people to come.
I also think it was a little like the timing, because it was like the week right before school started and
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I had
yeah.
just come back from vacation and I was dealing
Yeah.
with like getting my kids ready for school and it's like, yeah, I don't know if it would be better to like have us like.
So like now, like once people are settled or like earlier in the summer, do you think?
Yeah, I just feel like there were a lot of people still on vacation
Yeah.
and stuff like that week and people were just,
Summer's hard.
It's a tough
Yeah.
time because of all those reasons. And like all the schools start at different times when you add in like
Yeah.
kids going to college.
because the public schools had started that
Yeah.
week and then the public schools started the next week, so.
Because
Yeah,
we've
and then
tried a
college,
coffee at that time of year or in this, you know, kind of like month and a half block and ran into the same sorts of issues. I think we did have a better turnout for the after hours than we did for the coffee that we did during that time period. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, for sure. And the chamber helps with that, I think, so.
Mhm.
I feel like this week's kind of good because it's like it's past Labor Day holiday, everyone's back in town and like everyone's kind of settled at school. People aren't on vacation.
I was trying to think about too, what I feel like how I got looped into things a little while ago was because Julia like reached out to me specifically and was like, hey, did you see this? And I was like, no, I didn't. And then that led to me coming. And so I was trying to think like who maybe like if we could, each person could think of, 5 people that they could specifically reach out to and be like, I'd love to see you here. Cause I think sometimes people think they don't have time for something or there's so much noise, but then when a real person is like, hey, I'll be there, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Then they loop in,
It's a great idea. And then you've got somebody to latch onto right when you
Yes.
get there too. You're not, you're into the scene, you're like trained.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, that reminds me, we do have a vacancy. So if
Invitations.
we all can like reach out to people that we think would bring some good energy in. We would, a lot of times, we try to look for bringing together restaurants or retailers and things like that, but it could also be nice to maybe consider like some of the service provider places, like we've got several architecture groups and things like that. And they may be able to help with like some of the visioning stuff, like there's the comprehensive plan.
Yes.
And so like, as we're trying to like think of options to help improve business development and things like that, they may have some talents they could add to that.
Was this just a general vacancy or is it like a specific area? What a
It's general.
Has to
right?
be a Webster Groves business owner.
got it.
Well, we've been able to do employees in the past because Novel Neighbor had
excuse me, business owner or manager.
Okay,
So think of it when you have multiple employees.
okay, great. The coffee, would you like to give us an update on that?
Yeah, so September 18th, we're ready to go. We're gonna be mainlining with Explore St. Louis, who spoke. I'm saying it right. Did I say go before?
You
When
said
I-
go, but I've known it as Explore St. Louis in the past, but maybe they
Explore.
rebranded, they may have
Okay,
rebranded.
I am sorry, I told you wrong. It's Explore. So Barry, who spoke last time, will give a presentation with his assistant,
Kelly,
I've reached out to them. They're good to go. Fran's talked to them. I'm waiting on their slide deck on what they're gonna present. So they will have 45 minutes or so, 30 to 45 minutes to speak. And then we'll have a table for feedback. We can also key in the Safer Street folk, if we talked about that, if they want to have a table for feedback.
Feedback
from
from
the
the
community,
business,
yeah.
well, really it's from like the businesses
Okay.
and that, cause
Yeah,
you all see problems with receiving and like where there's near misses on, like accidents and things like that. That may be different from a general resident's perspective.
yeah, so that's, and we have the refreshments lined out.
Telva,
Telva, sorry, I don't want to say it wrong, so.
Yeah.
I will need someone from the city to pay for it. If that's Fran, that's Fran.
it is not
Okay.
Fran. But there will be someone that will do
Okay.
that.
But I can arrange all that. I've done it before with Eric, just set it up and he walked down and paid for it. Or
Okay.
it can be done electronically, or
Okay.
I can get reimbursed too, whatever.
No. Just do me a favor, Eric, would you email Dr. Peoples, me and Fran,
Uh-huh.
I guess the chair as well,
Yeah,
and just say, hey, this is either with the invoice or
invoice, yeah.
whatever, we'll make sure that.
okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I can, I'll be there for setup, get everything rolling. I can kick off the meeting. Yeah,
great, yes,
should be
because
good.
I will be out of town, so Eric will make sure that everybody gets a good intro.
Speaking of name tags,
We would like
Yeah.
name tags for this event. Do we need to purchase them?
yes,
Okay,
as far as I know,
all
We
right,
don't have
I
some
don't have
still
any.
left.
all right.
it's possible.
There was a magic green city bag that Eric wielded around to these
Let's
events
say I do not know, but I'm sure it's possible.
with city pens.
Let's
Yeah.
ask,
That bag may be sitting in Eric's old office.
yeah,
So
We'll
one
ask
thing
Dr.
we'll want
Beavers.
also is the survey on a QR code. Like maybe just on a sheet of paper or something, then people can just book it and take a couple minutes.
Can I ask a
Um,
question about the survey really quick while we're here? So it is set up, it's ready to roll. We are waiting on a blurb and that, who owns the blurb? You do, thank you. And then you're gonna get that over to Fran.
Marie and I are just going back.
Perfect, okay, I just wanted to make sure
Yeah,
everything was illuminated.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I just need to do a couple edits, send it to Marie and she's gonna,
thank you very much.
yes. So yes, and then if we can make a QR code. I guess since we have the link, right, to the survey, anybody can create a QR code and print it.
Yeah, it's a QR creator.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to make sure who's got ownership of it, but we were sent the link, so you can just create one with that link, right?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that and I can have that on the table display.
Yeah, in a few different spots.
Yeah,
Okay, this is one event, I think, where if we can reach out to people that we know, especially restaurants and retailers, because of the power of what Explore St. Louis has to offer the community and the fact that they want to focus on us and all of the other things of the economy. It's- Yeah, it's a low input, high value potential for our business areas.
So I'm gonna post it. I'll post it on the chamber calendar, and then I'll send out an email blast as well.
Great, thanks, Jerry.
It's great. In addition to that, the mayor and I are meeting with folks convened by the Explore St. Louis to they're gonna like walk around Webster and then they're gonna chat with us.
Do you know when that is?
I can't remember the date.
October 28th.
Thank you.
So that would,
This is actually really cool. What they're doing is the people that talk to people that come to St. Louis for all the events, that run the concierge desk, that are at the visitor center. They're taking them on a tour of neighborhoods, and Webster is one of them. We're not the only one.
Dog.
And so they will drive through the business districts. They're going to stop in Old Webster and have lunch at Llewellyn's. And then they will have time to walk around and talk to businesses in Old Webster. We're gonna try to find out which ones they want to talk to make sure that, but basically, we need to let everybody know that this is gonna happen.
Are they going to also touch in some of the other business
No,
areas?
they're just driving by. It's a drive-through.
Okay, because
They're on we're talking like 100 people
okay.
on a bus.
No, I get it. Only because our cultural institutions are also, you know, like further down that way towards Old Orchard, and that plays such a strong role in the health and vitality there. You know,
They haven't given me their map, I guess you could say, but
the route,
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
speaking of
We'll
prep
cultural
the route.
institutions, have we heard anything about the decision of the opposite here? All right. Great. Oh, this is all really exciting stuff.
so to spread the word, we have the invitation, we'll go out via constant contact, Jerry,
it's already out.
it's already out.
Mhm.
Jerry's gonna put it on, and then we're just gonna tell people word of mouth, invite our friends.
So the 18th is a Wednesday? Is that? We usually do them on
Thursday.
Thursdays. Okay, can we send out a reminder like on Monday?
Right?
Each week starts over with a new clear head, so.
Initially, when you guys started this, you actually had folks, commission members say, okay, a couple of you took a particular district and walked around and talked to people. You haven't done it since. But if you really want to focus on getting specific people here, live interaction.
Oh, sure, that's how we lived in Betty.
That's right.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Them posters, yeah. Yeah, that was back in the day when we first did that, we had like a paper invitation.
Yeah.
Was that long
we were
ago?
taking around.
Making me sound old.
No, that's why. Back in the day.
Yeah, you and Mike went around.
I think, yeah, we all took some areas. I was even sliding them under doors because like people weren't open.
I'm okay with doing that. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. Maybe the week before, I can see that, you know, being impactful 2 weeks before, which is now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that 2 weeks.
Yes.
before. It would be really awesome though, right? I mean, like we all could do that. We could hit the pavement and do all of that again. But wouldn't it be great if we told two friends and they told two friends and, you know, we all started talking and like collaborating and all that stuff.
I love that idea.
Can we raffle off Webster bucks at this?
I think the last time we got, but do business owners win?
No.
Yeah.
But if it was an opportunity for even letting them know that the city could go in half and half, which I think we still have the deal.
I think we reset to a new year, and
Okay.
so we have a fresh deal.
Okay.
We get $100 a year, 100 Webster bucks a year. But since we did it like in June or May or something, that was the different fiscal year. So But we could bank it for, fourth quarter holiday season.
Okay. I like it.
Any of the, business owners here have any thoughts on whether you would want, you know, 100 Webster bucks to use for your business now or later? Or a promotion or something to get, you know, emails and whatever.
Construction.
Yeah, just.
I'm paying you in Webster bucks.
You accept Webster bucks, right?
They would like that. Be great.
Okay, well, yeah, why don't we just hold on to that for something in the fourth quarter?
Okay, I like it.
Okay, nothing to report on the subcommittee, probably because it was the day after Labor Day. There were no one coming.
No one was awake.
So what we were gonna talk about though was the liability insurance for events. I feel like a person in the middle because I'm neither a person putting on events anymore and also I'm not an expert on insurance. So that's still a question out there, mostly in relation to alcohol sales. Because at some of these events, there's vendors that rely on that as and so it just needs to be made clear to these groups working on these things. Is that covered with the liability insurance of the vendor? As a traveling vendor, I hope, and maybe they need to provide certificates of insurance. Or does that also have to be like some kind of rider on the event organizers?
That is above my pay grade.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too.
Is that something you want? Like, who do you want to direct that question to?
Someone that specializes in that kind of insurance. So I reached out to Mike Pincus. He doesn't. He gave a name to like the different business areas on like who to talk to. And so we just need to connect and make sure that people understand where the gaps are so that there's no unintentional falling in the cracks. Have you guys looked into this at all on your side, John?
Yeah, and I talked about it at the last meeting. I think anything I'd say be repetitive on it. I think Marie talked about getting some more information from the city about it. And that was because there was some point early on when we were under the impression that we were covered by city insurance. And then we actually asked and it was told flatly no. And so we went in and ran I found somebody that was specialized in it and ran all the numbers. It was cost prohibitive to do it. We all had our own liability insurance on our spaces. And so, you know, what I had said previously at the last meeting was we have these are separate entities that are created that are running these. Old Webster Trade Association, the Trade Association in Old Orchard, that are putting these things on, and those entities need to be up to date in order to make sure that anything that happens related to it doesn't fall back on the individual businesses, because those entities don't have deep pockets, right? And so if they were to be sued, there wouldn't really be much to get there. But if they do, any attorney that looked deeper and realized, oh, this was administratively dissolved 20 years ago because nobody's filed anything and they're not up to date with this, and all of a sudden that entity isn't a valid entity, and they're looking at all the members, and now there are pockets to dig in, and they may not be deep, but they're gonna take what you got. So individual insurance may or may not cover it. That's why having your own insurance policy, which most of us are required to by the leases that we're in. There is this, Oktoberfest is something I've always worried about with the beer. And Perennial's doing something, they started it last year, that is always, to me, been worrisome. We hadn't participated in it because I wasn't sure about the liability of alcohol being distributed in different places. So, it's one of those things that it's an unknown. But there's certain things you can do to make sure you're at least minimally protected. But the insurance itself is gonna make it so that we can't put the event, it won't work. The annual amount is too high, the per event is even higher. So, and it's the predictability of how many people are gonna show up, because that's how it's charged.
Which is hard.
Right.
Did it make a difference on whether, like, say, a vendor was set up in front of a business owner's location versus like in the street or the parking lot or something? You know what I mean? Like whether it was on a city owned something, or like if all the vendors had to be on a business owner's.
I mean, the vendor needs to have their own coverage essentially, right? Because they're not, if they're not going to be a name insured under your policy, right? So if they do something that the way that those policies work is they cover certain insureds, right? And so if you're in a lease, they're going to cover the building owner and you, but not invitees onto the property, right? And so that person, you know, just like you see when you have somebody work on your house, it says on the side of their truck, licensed and bonded, right? Because that's essentially the same thing. Like for instance, I went and reached out to the carriage company and made sure that they were licensed and bonded and they were, I mean, insured and they were. And so, you know, I hadn't previously thought to ask for a certificate of insurance, but that was something that we probably should be with our vendors, is requesting certificates of insurance. But I bet a lot of these, you know, pop-ups, people that are working, you know, we seem to thrive in home businesses that people appear regularly, online businesses coming and setting up in front of stores. Great, people love it. But you know, most of the time, I don't think there's actually a lot of exposure there. Just depends upon what they're doing.
Thanks. Okay, so there was that, and we were gonna talk about fourth quarter, but if people come to the Explore STL presentation in a couple weeks, I think that will give a lot of help and hopefully some boost. We had also requested the budget. So before TR left, there was a budget allocated to promoting Webster Groves to the region. But Marie couldn't be here today to share that with us. Our impression is that everything has been lined up, but we want to give all of the businesses the opportunity to, a lot of times when they set those contracts up, there's a opportunity for a business to participate in the package at a negotiated rate. That's way better than if they did it individually. So we want to make sure that that information gets out to everyone in enough time so they can make some informed decisions going into fourth quarter on how they might want to use any of that budget. So we can find out when we can, maybe we can have that information ready for this, for the coffee in a couple weeks. Because I fear if we wait until October, people have already had to commit.
Yes. That's totally fair. And then maybe any, you know, offers that might exist with discounted bids.
Whether it's radio, television, print media, ads, whatever.
Mhm. That could be shared there.
It's gonna be a meaty coffee.
Mhm.
Some good stuff. We already talked about the commission vacancy. New business, EDC September newsletter.
So I'll have the draft to Fran by the 10th of September. So I definitely want to include more about how great the coffee's gonna be.
Okay.
You know, I think that so if you have any copy you want me to include,
Okay.
otherwise I'll just do my best.
Have you
but-
seen Jerry's?
Yes, you
Okay.
think that, is that good? for you?
That's great. I
Okay.
can probably give you a few
Yeah.
options too.
Cool.
Get that in.
Okay, so, and then I was wondering, I guess the newsletter will probably go out after the coffee, right? Fran?
Actually, I was
schedule.
thinking that could be a great reminder,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah,
Like if
sure,
it went
reminder.
out the Monday of the coffee, right?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, come this Thursday, lots of great stuff.
Okay. That's fine. And then, or I was also thinking if it does go out after, we could include the survey link too, for anyone who like didn't make it.
We can
can
include that now.
include-
Anyway, before, okay, cool.
Yeah, the
We'll do
only
it
thing that
ourselves.
might be kind of, but then it would be a lot of work. Would be to disseminate some of the information from the coffee
Yeah.
to them, but
Yeah,
that would be a
well-
lot of work.
Yeah, it would.
That might have to be a separate
Yeah.
The 15th.
follow up if people are interested in the
Or
material.
shove a, well, you should show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that's how to find out like firsthand.
I think too, like
Ask
sometimes to
questions.
announce it, like at the happy hour, like somebody made an announcement and like said, hey, we have this event coming up
Coming
next,
up.
like when we have in-person
Yeah.
events to like announce the next thing. Just as another thing to like stick in people's mind,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, well so if you have anything to include, other than that, the sort of normal stuff, let me know, because that's, the 15th is that Monday, so that's, pretty soon. So, but whatever, and I included the vacancy last time, I guess it didn't get any hits, but I'll include it again.
Yeah, I would recommend everybody reaching out to one or two people that they might know and want to invite
Yeah.
in.
I mean, the coffee, would
Good
be
strategy.
Like
Yeah.
just maybe mention that as well.
Bring them
Yeah.
in.
Everybody together.
Not let them
Yeah.
in.
They're immediately gonna stop looking you in the eye.
You tell them how awesome it is.
It's awesome. Look at what we get to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that you've got plenty of, from what we have is like, what's gonna happen at that. I think that's a lot of stuff right there. That's a full newsletter.
For sure. Okay, great. Well, I'll have it to you by then.
Cause you're not doing anything else right now, right?
No,
Thank you for doing this, by the way.
no problem.
They've been really well.
Oh, thank you.
Business district updates. Melissa, do you have anything from Virgin?
I was not at the last. That's last life. I think, when was it?
It's a blur.
I don't think I was at the last one, but I think I was out of town, like I missed the last BDC meeting. Yeah, I was not at the last Old Orchard meeting, the Virginia Business Association one, because I was out of town, but I know things are coming together for the fall festival there. I'm not on the committee, but that's something that they're kind of, Old Orchard's trying to build off the trick or treating citywide thing. So they're having that fall festival in the parking lot behind Frisco. So I don't have a lot of details on it because I was last week, unfortunately, but I know that that's being worked on. So I think
Is that the weekend before Halloween?
yes, the weekend of the 25th or something like that, I think. Yeah. 25th and 26th.
It'd be the same day as the trick or treat?
Yeah, it's the 25th and the 26th. It's that
That's 2
Saturday and
days.
Sunday. Yeah. So I know it's just gonna be, I think they're gonna have bands and food trucks and petting zoo and then just vendors, arts and crafts and goods and things like that. So I don't know exactly how many people they have signed up yet or anything like that.
There's an association meeting next week, so I think we'll get a lot more
But yeah, it's
details on that
Tuesday
for
next
sure.
week, so yeah.
Yeah. Do
I'll
you
know
have
more then.
anything to add, Joe?
No,
Okay.
I was gonna mention exactly that stuff, so perfect. But yeah, we'll have a lot more detail next week.
What's going on in Old Webster?
Old Webster, as far as the trade, just planning on, our events coming up, Walkoverfest, Holiday, Open House, Girls Night Out, just the things that we do.
Classics.
Yep. As far as, the, taxation,
Jazz Fest.
oh, of course, Jazz Fest coming up here on the 19th,
20th.
20th, yeah, on the 20th. Yeah, I think that's where we are.
Any improvements or anything kind of planned? I know sometimes we talk about like if streets need to be closed or lights on roofs or different things like that. You guys in either of the districts have any updates?
No, I mean, they're working on getting our lighting updated for the buildings. That still has not been done, but no, just plugging along. Stacy was always very involved in these, and she's kind of stepped back a little bit, so
She's having a baby.
That's
Yeah.
right.
she's having a baby.
There's a big changing of the guard going on right now
There's
as new
a-
people are stepping into
there are-
the role.
There are.
Sure.
And
So-
so she carried a lot of.
People that like to get involved, we've got a spot for them right here.
We got them working. Right now. I don't want to push anybody over the
I
limit.
guess we could mention that at the merchant.
Yeah.
Orchard one.
For sure. Yeah, do you, in Old Orchard, do you have a road diet coming? Any updates on that?
That I do not know anything about. no.
Have you heard anything, Joe?
If not,
Okay. Crossroads.
Yes, I went to the mission meeting a couple weeks ago, and they are talking also about the trick or treat and trying to have more of a presence in Crossroads this year. So I'm actually meeting with a couple of people after this to talk about that. And then they're also talking about food trucks, and so I don't know. We'll see what the vision is, and then what else? There's still a lot of discussion about, oh, maybe we could do rooftop lighting. They're updating some of or changing the bulbs out in the lights in the parking lots. We talked about lighting. But that was mainly it. The budget was approved.
The construction, the road construction area is until 2027 or
Correct.
something?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that grant that went through.
yeah, with the not the city, the county. Yeah, and there's gonna be some snazzy stuff.
It's gonna make it more walkable.
Yes,
Right.
the sidewalks are so narrow, so they're gonna be,
yeah, it'll be nice.
That's
yeah,
super exciting.
it is exciting.
I know the guy at Digital Strike, right, led that charge.
Chris.
Yeah,
Excellent.
isn't that cool?
Yes. Lots of neat things. One of the things that we used to have, I don't know, Eric, were you around when we used to do this? The city would look to see what new business licenses have been pulled, and so they would like announce at our meetings, like, hey, this is coming and it's going in that building over there. You probably remember, Tim.
Oh, absolutely.
That was like one of the most fun things that we would talk.
It really was. And, half the time they could not tell us what was coming. Something was coming, but they couldn't tell us yet. No, that was always part of the city update of who's leaving, who's coming and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was
Love
neat.
that.
That's when we would reach out and we would bring them a welcome plant. So, and welcome them to the neighborhood. So, yeah, if we could enter that back into, maybe even make it an agenda item so that we are reminded every month to just see if there's like comings and goings.
I mean, really, that was just part of the city update. I mean, it's really on here. It just, with the change of guard and everything here, some of that has fallen off, so.
Yeah, but I know everyone always thought that was a high value, discussion.
Something great for the newsletter too. We're able to share that same information.
Well, once we share it here, it's all,
Public.
Oh, right.
yeah, it's,
But also they didn't share until the license was pulled.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
order to keep anonymity and privacy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Jerry, do you have any chamber updates for us?
Oh, I do indeed. Yes. I've got 4 announcements. And first off, a week from Friday at KVC, if anybody is interested, there is a free coffee in Connections. Anybody's looking for networking opportunities. I will make an announcement about Explore St. Louis. So that'll be almost a week, before the event. So I'll promote that. Secondly is Betty's Books, I hear, is having a ribbon cutting on September the 20th. Yeehaw, at 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's a Saturday morning. So we're rallying. I think we all should be out there to help cut the ribbon. And congratulations, Betty. We're very excited for you. The third announcement is we have the golf outing at Forest Park, which is on Monday, the 29th. I'm proud to tell you that it is sold out in terms of golfers. So we have 144 golfers. However, two things I've got about 25 seats available for the reception, which starts at around 3 o'clock. And I'd like to offer it up to the commission. Love to have some representation. It'll be a buffet dinner. Ozzie Smith is our celebrity. He will be interviewed by Frank Cusimano from NBC5, and he'll have a camera crew there. So we're going to get some publicity that evening. But love to get some representation. And the chamber would like to print a commission sign, and I'd like to put that on the putting green, so that when these 144 folks are out there putting, getting ready for the shotgun tournament, so that at least we have representation. So I hope that can get approved, or whatever the process is. Chamber will cover the cost, but I think it's important to have representation while we're out there. And my fourth and final announcement is Santa's on the Loose is up and running. And we're offering right now a $5 discount through the end of September. If anybody is interested, if you know anyone that wants to run, we're looking for a record year of over 500 runners this year. So normally the price October 1st will go up to $35. Right now it's $30. For kiddies, it's $10 for, the kids dash. So those are my announcements.
Jerry, so the golf outing is this month, correct?
It is indeed, yes.
And so you were wanting to put up a sign that would explain what?
No, it's just going to be the Webster Groves Business Development Commission. I pull the logo off of the screen. I'll print that on an 18 by 24, basically a lawn sign, if you can imagine, that will sit on the putting green. So as people are checking in, so just to be able to make an impression.
Sure. Well, can we make that decision now then, since we won't be meeting before the golf outing?
Please.
Yeah. Is that something that we need to vote on, Jamie, or can we just say, do it? Because it's no cost to us.
Yeah, I think you're fine just to.
Yeah.
Thumbs
Thank
up.
you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody, thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also love to add, if Explore St. Louis, if we can quickly, I don't know if we have the budget, I can't, cover the cost on it, but can you imagine just a quick little insert into the check-in bag to promote Explore St. Louis with our logo, with the commission logo on the bottom, and, a QR code if you want to learn more. We have an opportunity to do some bag stuffers. So, think about that as well, if we can turn something around pretty quickly.
So even if, say, the city, because we have a new person coming that was hired that comes on next week. So if they were able to develop a little flyer about Webster Groves, would that be able to go into the?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I want anything and everything that, even if we got a tchotchke sitting around, you want to get rid of it, right? And it'll fit in a bag. We'll throw it in there.
Jerry, apologies. The date for the golf outing again?
29th.
Monday, September the 29th. Monday, September 29th.
And you said the reception's at 3:00?
3:00. It's going to be in the clubhouse out at Forest Park, right on Lagoon Drive. It should be a packed house. We're going to have probably about 150 people, at the reception. We've got some great auction items. So Olive and Oak, our friend Mark Hinkle, God bless him, gave us a $400 value, chef's menu. We can go on and on. It's terrific.
Amazing.
Anybody who wants to, got any auction items, we'll take them.
Great.
Thank you.
Sounds amazing. Thank you, Jerry. City council update?
Yeah, I have some things, thanks. As you all know, I've heard chatter about the comp plan. It's really incredible. It is on the website if you ever want to look at it. It is going to be, it's super key in our next plan, our planning for the next 10 to 20 years. The Plan Commission is holding a public hearing on Monday evening. Let me double check. Yeah, Monday, September 8th at 7 in the chambers. If you wanna, you can zoom in, you can look at it later on YouTube. If you want to submit comment though, those really are important pieces of intel that the Plan Commission takes into consideration, and so does council. Council will have our own public hearing on it, I believe, like our early October meeting. That again, if you miss your chance at Plan Commission, you can come and, share your opinion about the comp plan then. But we're always, and also you know how to get in touch with me as well. So I'm here to listen. If you have thoughts and feelings about what we are looking at, it is very exciting. I'm super pumped about it. Tonight there is a Great Rivers Greenway open house at the Benny Gordon Recreational Center, talking about some potential plans. There's always talk about making more connections with GRT throughout the city, and there is some work that's going to be done like in Lorraine Davis Park near Kirkham over the next couple of years through the MSD is going to be a part of. And so GRG decided to kind of scooch their schedule a little bit to see about what potential connectivity opportunities exist while that work is being done. Yay, efficiency.
I know.
I know. How about it, right? So that's pretty great. And then I just got rid of my, hold on one second. A quick question. Is everyone here signed up for the Friday page from the city?
Yes,
Okay,
I am.
sole person here. Okay, I know you are, yeah, but
I'm
you
not
hasn't
getting
been getting it. Eric, I am going to work with the city on trying to get a little QR code to sign up for that too at the coffee. I'm gonna
Okay.
share that with you. Because we don't have the numbers based on the number of households here. We should have more people registered for that Friday. It is just jammed with information every single Friday. And some people probably never open it, but some people do, and it's important info. And as far as the city trying to be more transparent and be communicative about things that are coming up, it's really key. So I will share that information as well, link for you all to sign up if you want to, and then also for the coffee. There is another open house that is going to be talking about the at the Benny Gordon Rec Center about the Ivory Crockett Master Plan. We are going to be talking about a lot of things that have to do with the Destination WG bond that was voted on. Is that 24? 25, because our pool just, closed, and it was a fantastic season there with all of our newness. And then our ice rink is on schedule, knock on wood, to be completed. And so we're now looking at what's next on that plan. So there are going to be a series of open houses to be making sure that we're communicating to our community about all of that good work. The Safe Streets Week, as you know, we were awarded a Safe Streets for All grant. That is next week. And I do know that team is going to be out and about, engaging with folks. There is a whole series of information that they have shared on that Friday page, and that can be found, I would assume, on our website. There's going to be an open house on Wednesday, September 10th from 6 to 7:30, again at Benny Gordon Rec Center. And yeah, that's just a lot of really exciting pilots, some demonstration opportunities to see where we can calm some traffic and create better pedestrian and bicycle safety.
I do.
Yeah.
So, is GRD still planning on putting in a park, down where the McDonald's was in Deerfield?
Yes. I don't know the status of that, but yes, that's gonna be a
Cause
link.
that's gonna be a big link to me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
And then just one last thing is, we have a new, deputy city manager started, David Fookless. I got to meet him the other night. He was a former planner here at the city and has come back, quite a few years ago and has come back, and we're really excited to have him on board. He's got great experience, across the board. So it'll be really great to have him, on the team. And we have a new planning director as well. We're really focusing on building our planning department. I'm sure you know people who've had some issues with our plan department, and we are very human and going through some stuff. And I just rest assured we are doing the things that we can be doing. There is room for opportunity for growth and improvement, but we are focused very clearly on making sure that that department is operational, especially as we start to look at our comp plan. So that's what I have. Thanks.
That was a lot.
It was, sorry.
Thank you. No, that's awesome.
I'll send this to you. Yeah.
Okay, so anything else anyone wants to add before we wrap it up? Oh, did you have anything more to share with us?
No, it's.
Okay.
I wasn't told to, yeah, I wasn't told to share anything, so we'll assume you have nothing to share.
Thank you.
Okay, then our next meeting is scheduled for October 9th, and we hope to see you all at the coffee. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
All right, see you then.